What's happening, everybody? I hope you're all good and welcome to another video, and this one's a little bit different. I'm going to do a bit of a vlog today because some of you may know, some of you may not, so I'll just briefly explain it. Where I run a Catapult Club, West Kent Catapult Club, I had Kent Police call me on the mobile number and asked whether we'd be interested in working with them as a community against the misuse of catapults and slingshots. Now, I'm on my way there for a meeting right now, and this is not about, you know, your old poacher, Danny the champion of the world, the bloke who goes out, gets one for the pot. This is aimed at, you know, the antisocial aspect of people shooting pigeons off of windowsills and people's roofs, and in kids' play parks shooting a pigeon that was coming over for a piece of bread because it's domesticated and friendly, and then being held up like a trophy by the two wings and thrown in a bush. Now, any of us that are sensible and into catapults, it's not acceptable. Like, there's nothing to brag about a domesticated animal like that's been fed by people, squirrels, pigeons, ducks, whatever. They're not wild animals in a park, and it's easy. You can get within 2 meters of the thing, you know, you could literally reach out and grab it. There's nothing to brag about with that. Anyway, after that mini rant, it's not really a rant, it's just talking common sense. I'm going to set off in the van now. I'm going to head my way down to the police station, and I've got various topics I'm going to bring up, and I will chat to you after and let you know how I get on. So I'll see you in a minute, hopefully after the meeting. Back in my comfortable place. Yeah, so I was down the police station for an hour and a half. It was very productive. We had a meeting with the sergeant and one of the officers who is trying to put all this together. And I must admit, I was quite surprised, because they was trying to do the same thing that we're doing, believe it or not. They was just trying to show that there is positivity in catapults and slingshots, and they're not telling them you can't shoot them, but they're telling them you can't shoot them the way you are, in an antisocial way. So it was really good to hear their side of things. But I'm just heading down to the club at the moment. I'm going to have a little practice today and a little mess about. So I'm just trying to put out my signs, because it's a private wood, but we've got horse riders that use it occasionally. So what I do, I shut off the area where I shoot. Anyway, I'm going to have a little shoot, and then I've got some lovely steak burgers from the butchers, and I'm going to put them on the gas hob, and I'll get my thoughts together and chat to you about it a bit more. But it's my birthday today, I know, 21 again, and I thought to myself, what better way to spend the rest of the day down here on my own in the middle of this beautiful woodland, and I can have a little practice and cook myself a nice bit of grub. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. What a shot. So there's the peg. Look how far this shot is, boys. That's our nation famous bonus shot, that is. 65 metres away. So while my lunch is cooking, I'll just give you a quick lowdown on what was discussed. So as I say, the police wasn't interested in, being a big brother and saying you can't shoot catapults. All I was trying to say is you can shoot them, but in the correct manner, i.e. not off people's windowsills, not in villages, not in parks, not in that sort of environment. But if you want to hunt, having permission, taking the game ethically and using the game, not holding up a pigeon by the wings like a trophy. And I sort of said, well, that's not respected in our circles anyway, because anyone can just shoot a domesticated animal that's used to people and isn't going to see them as a danger. They'll come within a metre of you, probably even a foot of you. So to shoot that, you could just reach down and grab the thing, So what else was discussed? Basically, in the half term, we've been invited to have a stall on the high street down here in Tunbridge Wells, where, well, it's in the planning stages, but my idea is to have a table with catapults on it, a catch box. Depending on what we can get, might be able to have clays and be teaching people on the high street, and also showing the public that it's not something to be feared and we're not all thugs and doing this sort of stuff, and to promote that there is tournaments and clubs and things like that around the country. And there was some talk of some kind of amnesty, because really the big gypsy struds, which we call them, they're not really any good for competitions because they're not accurate enough and the tube is normally too heavy. So we was talking about maybe an amnesty where they could hand those in and could come to the club, get an invite to the club, and we'll supply some decent professional catapults that they can use at the club. There was a good few things discussed. I said I'd like us to have an identity, so I'm going to need to get us some kind of catapult club uniform, so we're easily identifiable, because you'd have the police and then you'd have us lot. I'm going to put it around to a few people and see if they want to get involved. I'm not going to mention no names, because if they don't want to get involved, that's up to them. It's not, this isn't for everybody. To be honest, this isn't for me, really. I'm out of my comfort zone here, but I'm just doing it for a passion of catapults, really. I've met some really, really good friends. All my spare time really is involved in catapults in one way or another. I love it down here, running the club and things like that. So I'm going to do everything I can with my skill set and whatever I've got to try and spread some positivity within the catapults. It was also discussed going around schools and maybe showing our documentary that we're going to have. It's supposed to be on the BBC around October the 8th, but the date keeps moving because we've had Trump visit here in the UK recently, and all the news has just been swamped with Trump. So it's been delayed a little while, but it's supposed to be the 8th of October that it's released, and apparently it's been edited a lot for news footage. So what we was talking about was showing, maybe not the whole documentary, I don't know, maybe we'll edit it down into a shorter version, or maybe we'll show the whole documentary. It depends how long it ends up being. And then a few of us from the club and a few of us from the catapult community can be there to answer questions with the kids and promote the good things, really. And like I say, none of it's anti-hunting, it's just do it in the correct way. I mean, we're not going to push and talk about hunting too much because it is a sensitive subject, but I'm just going to flip my burgers. But yeah, that's the rough gist of it. So 22nd or 23rd of October, we're going to be in Tunbridge Wells High Street on a stall. Hopefully we'll set up with a shootable setup, and then following that we're going to be doing some school visits, and also we're going to be having plainclothes police come down the club with us, bringing some kids along who seem interested but are just taking the wrong path with it. So people who they feel might have something to offer and might be good shooters, you know, but just led astray and just need a little bit of direction. So we'll be doing that as well. So there's been a lot to talk about. There's definitely been a lot to talk about. I mean, I was in there for like an hour and a half. Got on really well with them, and I'm looking forward to West Kent Catapult Club and Kent Police working together in the future. But I'm going to have to flip my burgers because I think they're burning. But I'll see you in a minute, guys. Bon appetit, boys. Can't beat it. Out in the woods and cooking outdoors. The best. Right, that's it from me now, guys. And if you want to set up your own club in your area, the best advice I can give you is build it and they will come. Build it, start using it, let the word get around your area, people will start to come. And also, if you want to do your bit with, you know, the government and whatever with catapults, contact your local police. Say to them, you know, it's better if you've got a space and you've got a club, so get permission for some land, sort yourself out a club and contact police and say, you know, that you'd like to work with them and show people that it's not all negative, you know. And I think that's the only way forward, guys. That's the only way we can make this better, and hopefully it's just a fad, a TikTok fad, and you know, in another year or 2 years' time, hopefully they won't be doing it anymore anyway. But in the meantime, we've just got to hope that they don't cause us too much trouble. But anyway, thanks for watching, as per usual, guys. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, boys.